Last episode, we left Miami and started our northward journey up the Intercoastal Waterway. We stopped at Haulover Anchorage, Fort Lauderdale, and Boca Raton, and now we're continuing our journey northward with a destination of Fort Pierce. We're slowly cruising America's Great Loop, which is a circumnavigation of the eastern part of the U.S. by waterways. When it gets too cold, we store our boat and then return to our RV and continue roaming around the U.S. in the south.
You're welcome. A great day out there, yes. Copy that. Thank you very much.
Yes, clear. Have a great day.
Good morning from West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach. This has been an incredible anchorage. We are at the town docks, anchored off the town docks, right off of downtown West Palm Beach, and this has been a total surprise, and what a cool little town.
So we've been here since Friday, so we've been this now Monday morning, so we decided to stay the weekend here. There's a little bit of iffy weather predicted. Turned out to be nothing. But it seemed like a great place to be. All the active captain reviews were like, wow, it's a great anchorage, but the only thing you need to be concerned of is the tidal current shift through this channel, or in this anchorage, this side of it, because you will do like a 180 shift, and then if the winds are negating it, then different boats react differently, so you just have to be careful of your scope and things like that. So
we found a nice, good separated spot, and our ultra anchor, held like a staple. I mean, it held perfectly, despite all the swinging back and forth. We felt really confident in it.
Yeah, we did get some 18 to 20 mile per hour gusts on Saturday, I think it was, and it didn't even drag a bit, so that's really good.
So there's been a really good side and a downside of staying here. So the good side first has been just how awesome it is to be able to go to shore right there, dinghy over, and then we have access to this incredible downtown. There was a wonderful farmers market Saturday morning.
There's a movie theater, there's about 400 restaurants, I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, and there's a community theater. And then there's
a Publix within walking distance as well. So we've done grocery shopping here. We've eaten out for dinner 3 times. We've met
up with friends.
Had somebody come aboard here and join us on the boat. And just in general had a really great time. We just even late at night we just dinghy over, did our first night dinghy rides, and go for a walk through town and stuff. And we went and saw a movie. We went and saw Ready Player One, and so it's been amazing. Cherie keeps saying, I could stay here forever. I want to stay longer. This is amazing.
This is the kind, when I imagine anchoring, this is what I imagined. When we did the anchoring along the Everglades last summer, I mean, it was beautiful, wonderful to be isolated, but it got old pretty quick being stuck on the boat with nowhere to land the dinghy. This has been amazing. If this is more normal, I'm in.
The downside, though, here is this is really forcing us to deal with, we have ongoing issues with our generator. It is not reliable. We've been troubleshooting, spending a lot of time trying to troubleshoot, and every time we think we got one thing solved, something else comes up. So we can't really charge our batteries very well. On top of that, our house batteries are pretty much shot.
And they have the wrong gauge wiring going to them, so you can't even maximize the charge that we can get.
Right, and then whoever installed the inverter did not use the right wires, so I have to actually have the inverter running in half power mode, so I can't even charge it at full speed. So we're running the generator a lot. It needs to be babysat while you're running it. And it really makes us like, we want our lithium batteries, we want solar power. We don't want to be so tied to this generator that will stall out if we look at it the wrong way.
So, that was obviously one of the projects that was in progress when Irma hit back in September. So it is something that needs to be punted back up to the priority list if we want to resume this.
Yes, because this would be heaven if we didn't have electrical issues. We'd stay here as long as we wanted. The
or
tanks,
similar places like it.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't want to have to be constantly stressing over keeping our batteries charged. So, and we have a high electrical demand. So we've got the chest freezer. We've got a big residential style main refrigerator.
Well, it's not big. It's small.
Well, it's small. Style. So yeah, okay, small, big for an RV, I guess, but. That's true. Okay, so we have a big power-sucking fridge, power efficient, but it's a chest freezer. We've got a beer fridge, we've got an ice maker, and we've got a lot of electrical stuff on board. So we need power.
Well, okay, need is a stretch because a lot of those we can shut down. We don't actually need ice. We don't actually need a beer fridge.
We don't need frozen food.
If we had one of them working reliably, that we would be just fine.
We could survive, but we won't. So we've got a beautiful cruise ahead of us today. We're going to go across the Lake Worth Inlet and up the ICW, past Jupiter and Sebastian, and probably find a nice secluded spot to anchor out halfway up between here and Fort Pierce.
Yep. We've got just over 50 nautical miles to go on this repositioning, and then we will be still for a few weeks and attending the MTO.
And tending to getting our electrical system happy and a few other upgrades. Hopefully.
At least happy. Don't know that we'll go the full tilt boogie with the solar and the lithium, but we're at least going to get it more reliable and happy.
Yes. We want to at least have the generator run and better batteries, but we'll see what we can do as much as we can.
All right. Off to cruising.
Bye. See, it's off the bottom on the...
Welcome to Fort Pierce.
Yeah, so when we last videoed, we were in Palm Beach, having an amazing time anchored in West Palm Beach. And then, we set off to head north.
Yeah, we had about 45-50 nautical miles left to make it into our destination of Fort Pierce. And we had intended to do a couple nights at least of anchoring out along the way.
Yes. So on our way up, it was a beautiful cruise through the ICW, past some wonderful inlets, and we stopped at Hobe Sound for lunch, and then Peck Lake overnight. We ended up having a beach to ourselves, which was wonderful.
But we were watching the weather, as
always.
You always are doing on the water, and we saw that some weather was moving in, and because our generator is still kind of being finicky with us, we decided, well, there's two factors, it was a lot better to get in. We only had like another 25 nautical miles to go at this point, which is easily doable now in our one-day range. That used to seem huge, but now it's like, no problem.
25, yeah. So yeah, we made a long day of it, and got here to the MTOA Rendezvous last Tuesday, just a few hours before what turned into a really significant front came blowing through. I think
50-knot wind gusts.
Yes, there was serious gusts, and we beat it in, which was perfect.
And then it's remained kind of unsettled weather, especially all the way through arrival. So a lot of people who didn't come in early, the MTOA actually started on Monday, so we got in 6 days early.
Yes.
And we were planning only to be in 4 days early, so it's not like we got in that
super
much
early.
But those who didn't get in early and they came in over the weekend, they had some tricky maneuvering to get into their slips, and it was all hands on deck, dock, I guess, to help out.
A lot of people helping with the lines, and a lot of boats doing some amazing captainship, coming in, kind of skidding in sideways. There was actually white caps inside the marina.
There's no southern protection here at this marina.
Yes, this marina with southern winds is a washing machine.
So anyway, what is the MTOA and why the heck are we here? It stands for Marine Trawlers Owners Association, and if you know, we have a Bayliner 4788, which is
not quite a trawler.
It's
kind of trawler-ish. We go at trawler speeds. The mascot of the MTOA is a turtle, and that kind of because their boats can't go any faster than turtle speed.
What is the difference between a trawler and motor? Yeah, just basically. There's a lot of factors.
It's a very fuzzy line, actually.
It is a fuzzy line, but a traditional trawler was based on the old trawler, like fishing ships and things like that.
Yes.
They tend to have only one engine, one propeller.
And a displacement hull that can't go any faster than hull speed. It will not plane. If you put a bigger engine in it, you'll just waste more fuel. They're very efficient in that regards, though.
And they're also usually made for longer ocean passages in many respects. Now, our boat is a Bayliner. It's meant for bays. It has 2 engines, and it is a semi-displacement hull.
And it can go fast if it wants to. It can rise out of the water as long as you're throwing enough money out the back.
We, however, drive ours at trawler speed. Now, when we were shopping for our boat broker, Curtis Stokes, recommended that we stop in at an MTOA Rendezvous up in New Bern, North Carolina, when we were up there shopping for boats, and this was back in 2016.
Yeah, this is one of their smaller rendezvous, and we really liked the people. We liked the crowd, and they didn't. Yeah, we learned a lot about boats at that event.
And at that time, we were looking at trawlers. I think trawlers are very much on our radar. But they were very accepting. There were so many people there that were in motor yachts and even sailboats at that rendezvous. And they made it very clear that it wasn't about the type of boat. It was more the people and more about a lifestyle and community. And they were so welcoming to us. So when we saw that this event going on in Fort Pierce would kind of be really aligned with our travels coming up the ICW, we're going to go.
Yeah, and in particular, because they had negotiated a rate with this brand new marina, Causeway Cove, and because this marina's new, it's vacant mostly, they got a really great deal, including for monthly stays. So we're like, wow, we'll take this incredible price monthly stay in Florida, and it'll be a next base for us.
Yep, just like in RVing, marina stays very pricey for overnights, especially in the private ones. Weeklies are a little bit cheaper, and monthlies are a lot cheaper. At this particular one, I'll have to look at. I'll post the rates right down below what they actually are. But the rate that they had negotiated for monthly stays here was just $10 per foot. And we're 47 feet, that's $470 plus Florida taxes, and they had a $65 flat electric rate. So for a monthly stay, considering what we were paying down in Miami just to store a boat in wet storage, which was $1,400 a month.
This is a bargain in Florida.
It was a bargain. And Fort Pierce is also a boating mecca. There's a lot of contractors here. This is where we were heading after Irma to have our storm repairs done and upgrades done. So we're going to try to tackle some upgrades here while we're here as well.
Got upgrades and hopefully get our generator more reliable and so tackle stuff here, and we're really digging this town of Fort Pierce too. We've been out to eat like 8 times now, and everything we've been to has been fabulous. So
great restaurant, great farmers market, great crafts fair every Saturday. Lots to explore. We have friends here locally, so it's been great to hang out with Ron and Kathy. And
looking forward to a few more weeks here.
Yeah, and making new friends here. So we're here for a couple more weeks, 3 weeks I think actually. And we're looking forward to exploring around. Our Mini Cooper is with us. We were able to position it up here thanks to Ron and Kathy. And so it's with us. So we have local transport, which is awesome.
And now I guess we have the hospitality tent is opening up over there at the MTOA Rendezvous. We've got the gala dinner tonight, so we're going to get our food, drink, and maybe some dancing on.
We're gonna rock and roll, we're gonna sing the blues. Everybody's ready to sing that. Choose everybody in my house. There's a party in my house. There's a party in my house. That's where you should go.
Who knows what else is going to happen tonight? So, the MTOA has put on a hell of an event. We give them mega props.
Definitely recommend if you own a trawler or motor yacht or any vessel,
anything similar,
check them out. They're more about education, resources. They kind of most remind me of the mentality behind the escapees organization in the RV world.
And they have a great network of I guess port masters and stuff all up and down the coast too. A lot of them have dockage that's like, come park your boat in my backyard, I want to show you my town and stuff like that. We've got invitations now all the way up the coast. So
and they're incredibly welcoming of newcomers regardless of the type of boat
you have.
So
awesome.
Check them out.
Okay, and now we're gonna go check this tent out.